All right, so let's have a little look at this wealth account and talk about what it is for you. Firstly, who has already established their wealth account? I'm just curious if you already have. Wow, my goodness. Who's already done the 9 action keys? Who's done the 9 action keys with us? Let me just put nice in here so I can see. Okay. And well, let's just say that you've done at least all the videos of the 9 action keys, yes? Okay, good, good. Okay, who has no idea what the 9 action keys is or has not done anything about that? Okay, good. All right, so who can tell me about a wealth account? Who's feeling confident of what a wealth account is? Just curious here. Okay. Okay, you guys know? You guys know. Okay, let's get 2 microphones. We'll just have a little, one here at the back and one here at the front, over there. All right, why don't you stand up first and let's get the wealth account down on the screen here and just stand up and say your name for us. Going to get some points for your team here. Let's give them a big clap. What is a wealth account for?
Chris is my name. Wealth accounts just for putting 10% or more of whatever you earn into that, yes, from wages, other incomes, rent, shares, whatever else.
Great. And if you could say some keys, which is what you just did, extra keys that you could say on top of that. So it's 10% or more?
Yeah, just 10% or more. Reinvesting that into other areas.
Real estate, shares,
real estate, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, not having too many, not letting it build up too much, making the money work for you, sort of thing, yeah.
Okay. And that's pretty good. You sound like you've got a pretty good idea and you've started yours?
Yes.
And what's it called?
The wealth account.
Yeah, what's written on the account that you've got?
Wealth account.
Wealth account. And it's in Roy McDonald's name?
No, in mine.
Oh, it's in your name, okay.
Yeah.
So, what's it say on the account? This is a listening process here, Andrew, as well. So you're not alone.
Yeah, Chris Smith Wealth Account.
Chris Smith Wealth Account. Okay.
Yep.
Now, you married, Chris?
No.
You used to be?
No.
Okay, so you've got any children that you've got snuck away somewhere?
No.
You got any nephews or nieces?
Yes.
Okay, do you like any of them?
Oh, it depends.
Depends. Which day? Okay. You're in a relationship in any way? In other words, do you have a partner?
No.
Okay. This is an absolute lone wolf. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that at this moment. There are 6 areas in relationship. And I'm going to just get to there's a passionate relationship, there's one loving and no passion, there's ones who are lost the passion and the love and they're just going through the motions, there's others who are planning their escape. And there's ones who are not in relationship and would like to be in relationship. And there are others who aren't in a relationship and don't want to be in a relationship. Can you imagine that? From passion to no relationship, don't want one. If you were to choose, given you're not in one, would you like to be in one?
Yes.
Good. And then we can move you up. So it's great. And I'm going to suggest that it can start with a wealth account. However, you need to take it, you need to go down there and change the name of the wealth account. And it should be Chris Smith, as if they'd believe that name. Must have been hard, you've got to show them each time you pass with it. Oh yeah, sure, we know. Chris Smith, in trust for, and pick one of your nieces or nephews or something, or someone that you want to be in relationship with, but usually a person who is in need, usually a child. There is a law here. Whatever you want, you've got to give away. It's the most fundamental law on the planet. If you want friendship, you give friendship. If you want love, you give love. If you want to listen, you've got to listen. If you want to be listened to, you've got to listen. If you want to be listened to, you've got to be listening. If you're talking, they won't listen to you. If you want respect, you give respect. And what I've discovered, the more abundance I give, the more comes back. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so in the wealth account, it's always like it was Roy McDonald in trust for Harrison, Roy McDonald in trust for Jessica. Okay? The purpose of that is that we're setting it up because you will take care of that money better than you'll take care of anyone else's. Now, you can still have your own one as well if you wish, and or you can have the one that I'm suggesting because you're in control of it and you will determine what bits you're going to give to that person. You know, for education, for helping them, whatever, for teaching them. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So that's a little bit of an advanced part of this wealth account. Yet it's very fundamental. Who's learning something here? Just curious you're learning anything. The good thing about a bank account, they don't charge anything for starting it up so you can start freshly. And some of you will do that and some of you won't. But I can assure you there are going to be 12 things that you're going to do in this program, and they're very simple like this. If you miss one, the cake won't be made. They work because of all the things. I've met a lot of people who have been very successful in my program, very, very successful, and I can check and I'll do the 12 things. I've met people who are unsuccessful, and most of them, when I asked, did you do this, they usually haven't. Does that make sense? I meant to. I was trying to get around to it, but I didn't get the wealth account, didn't do my strategic spending, didn't do my 7-year plan, didn't do my goals program, the things that we do here are just very simple discipline plan. But they didn't do it. So the first one's create a reason. That's what that's about. The reason bigger than you. Currently, you being the center of the universe for your life.
Yes.
There's no one else.
No.
And when you're in that, it's very hard to have it work any other way. But when you're out there in connection, it works differently. Sounds like a plan?
Yes.
Good. You're learning anything?
Yes.
I'm going to see if I can get him to say no. Would you like to stay here for the rest of your life?
No.
Some people say yes. Okay, you're doing good. And thank you for sharing this. Give them a clap. Well done.
Thank you.
Why don't you stand up? Tell us what you know about wealth accounts.
I think Chris summarised it quite well, really.
He did.
I'm not sure I have too much to add.
Okay, well, let's have a little look. Let's have a look through this thing. Do I do it? Yep. So, having a quick squiz here. The wealth account, create a reason. Property, fixed securities and equities is about a big thing we're doing. That's called PIE, P-I-E. How they break the pie up. 80% of all of your asset allocations based on the pie. 10% of the money goes in, as he said, unearned income and business income, interest, tax refunds, shares, business, real estate rental going in, mortgage payments going out. Shares, dividends coming in to there, and buying of shares. So shares to buy, dividends coming back. Dividends are the amounts of money that come from that. Just another microphone over here would be good. Put your hand up again and they'll find you. Tax deductions come out of the wealth account. Tax deductions come out, don't they? Payments go out of the wealth account. Negative gearing, accounting fees, etc. What other things you reckon comes out of the wealth account? Super fund? What else? There were 3 things I spoke about last night. Purpose of a wealth account. Money magnet, building wealth.
No.
Any
I'm not
ideas?
sure. Investing
in yourself. Remember?
Yep.
So that is a wealth account investment because you're the greatest asset that you can have. And investing in knowledge, information to make the wealth account grow bigger. One more. Worth points. Being present. Paying off bad debt. You were sitting down the front here. I remember seeing you go. Remember that? Paying off any bad debts. So you invest in yourself.
Pay off bad debts.
And money magnet.
And money magnet.
Perfect. And then we're going to look at this redraw, equity redraw. This is something a little bit more advanced. Who knows what a redraw equity credit account is, or an offset account is, that sort of thing? They're all very, very similar. Who's unsure of that? Okay, so we'll be covering this. Some specifics on how to really manage your funds. The main one I was looking for both of you to tell me was it shows you how to run a business. You are a business. It shows you how to do that. And it does it by setting up your cash and your operations account. It talks about, you know, your personal expenses going out, but the big one here is your regular payments. Like in a business, you've got regular payments going out, and you can add a credit card to this. And this is the one of a business. See how you've got expenses going like this each month? These are all the months of the year. See how that's going? See how you've got a set income coming in from your job? But you have registration on the car here, and, you know, insurance things and rates and taxes all hitting the one time. And other times you have not those bills, you know. So we got yearly bills, quarterly bills, half-yearly bills, and we got monthly bills, and we get paid weekly or something. Can you see the difficulty? So where's our business owners? Is it true, and you're a business owner, is it true that your income can be all over the place?
Definitely.
And can you have set expenses, like you've got a telephone bill that has to be paid, you've got your rent that has to be paid, your mortgage has to be paid, your car payment has to be paid, your petrol has to be paid. Although they vary a little bit, they're very similar every month. And yet you got, one month you get 4,000, next month you get nothing, and, you know, that sort of stuff, yes? What sort of work are you involved in, business you're involved in?
Well, I do both. I have a job and I'm a 50% owner in our business.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the business we're in? Internet marketing. So that can have all sorts of strange things happening. So we've got to run this as a business, yes? Because some of the people say to me, well, how do you do this? You know, when you've got this income coming in, but it's not set. Now, when you've got a job, it's set, but when it's not set. And one of the things we do in our business session is to show you how to set up 3 months' worth of income that you're actually going to get to actually make this work, to create that basic situation in place. Because while you don't have that income, you're in fear. So the thing that I was looking for you to say, one of the things was very important, was to say to me, the purpose of a wealth account is to have a money magnet to be able to run a business, because I am a business. Okay? And to divide up my money into areas, so above the line I'm getting all the tax deduction expenses above the line, because this is where all the taxes are. Below the line there is no taxes. This is my personal spending and my non-deductible expenses, house and stuff. All my business expenses come out before I even get my money. So there's another little behind the scenes thing here where I get the income, I pay my telephone bill, my, you know, car lease, whatever it is, all the business deductible ones. And then this is my income, and my transfer account goes bang, bang. Thank you, ma'am. Does it automatically. Another thing I was looking for you to say was that it's an automatic millionaire process, because I can't be trusted. I can't be trusted to be consistently putting money in our wealth account. That's why we use this automatic bang, bang, bang system on transfer account to do that. So it's designed not to have you remember to do it, because you won't forget. So we're setting up something that's automatic, and you can change it when you wish. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Is anything else coming to mind?
Stage fright.
Stage fright, you're doing good. Doing real good. Give her a clap, please sit down. Okay, anyone else can remember anything here? Yes, just get a microphone right here. And you've got a question as well before we get that. Do you want to just go over your, stand up and say your name for us?
Hello, I'm Morgana.
Yes? Just put it right on your chin for us, Manan. They'll fix the sound up for you.
I'm Morgana. I was just wondering, with the wealth account, so you got, it's negative geared, your investment property,
yes,
right? And it's all coming out of the one account, or mortgage is going in, rent is going in, mortgage is going out, and it's negative geared. What happens if you've got more real estate? It's going to be this huge one big account.
Isn't
when
it?
You have all different little accounts for each
Well, that's
house.
a good point, Morgana, very good point. So the wealth account, although the picture here looks like the wealth account's bigger than all the others become bigger than that. So this little wealth account is only a little parking station, and the real game's played on that account out there. So this is a negatively geared property, but guess what? I'm going to convert every one of you guys, I'm going to get you off heroin, off that marijuana of negatively geared properties. Can you hear the word negative gearing? Does that give you a hint? Negative. Does that give you a hint? Yeah. What's the purpose of becoming an investor?
To make money.
To make money. Nearly. Purpose of becoming an investor? Assets? Nearly. Purpose, what did you say? Freedom, yes. Very basic. Purpose of becoming an investor? Provide. Purpose of becoming an investor? Leverage. One of my revisitors knows. To create income. That's the purpose. So can you hear negative gearing fails the purpose? There is no income. In fact, it's not only none, it's minus. Your purpose, Jim, should you take this mission on, is to become positively cash flowed to replace your job. There is no future in negatively geared investments. Despite the tax deduction, we have 500 other deductions to give you other than that. Everybody wins except you. The government loves you. The lawyers love you. The tenant thinks you're terrific, you're subsidising their rent. The real estate agent's gloriously happy. All those commissions they've made. Can you see? Everyone's very happy about this. Who is the silly Billy? The one who's doing it. So, that's the purpose. Now, we're going to get you off this in time, or if you're not on it already, and we've got to, unfortunately, fund enough to look after this silly thing called negatively geared, and it will go into the account that is that one, if that was the one that's negative geared. It goes through this to there, but that's the one that has to be funded. Okay? Unfortunately, it's coming from your income doing that. And then this one, if this was, one over here, a real estate transaction, it would be positively geared. But we're going to trade them as well, so they'll be in and out, in and out. So it's a different mindset concept of that. And what I'm asking everybody to really do is to re-look at this DVD that you've got and really understand it, because the clues are in it, but you may have to see it 2 or 3 times. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time in this program going through those sort of details, but I need you to understand it, and I need you to make it a point with yourself to do that. So in your planning sheet, I want you to write there to make an appointment with myself to go through my 12 steps. Now, my 12 steps will include wealth account, strategic spending, 7-year plan, etc. You don't have to write them all down. Make an appointment with myself to do that. There's a time management issue, Robert, a time management issue. To make an appointment with yourself. You lost your pen. You lost your sheet. Okay? We'll give you a new one. No, we'll give you new ones quicker. What's that? Squirting. 2 squirts now. The government's being very generous with you, Robert. And it's interesting, the horses are dobbing you in and saying, squirt him, squirt him. Isn't it interesting? He's the buddy as well. Just when you try and teach him, we're going to whip him. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to whip him by teaching him. Squirt him, squirt him. Okay, I do enough whipping here without your help. Trust me. Okay, your job is to support him, so he doesn't get lost. Okay. All right. Question. We've got a microphone. We've got a microphone here. Can you just? You're going to write your questions down, because you're going to have lots of them, and they're going to be detailed ones, because you're a detailed person. You know how you like to know stuff. Microphone's over here, Alberta. But we've got a microphone here, so you got a question, or has it been answered? Just get the microphone and stand up and say your name for us. How's that baby of yours doing this morning?
I think she's covering it well.
She is. You're a lucky man.
I'm a very lucky man. It was more of a, I guess, a sharing on
Yes.
what we've sort of gone through.
Please go ahead.
I'm self-employed or to a business owner for probably 10 years, and so just making enough money then to put it into the accounts at the right time when the monthly mortgages come out and whatnot. And we registered for the Abundance Program probably 6 months ago, and
Taken a long time to get all together.
it has, yeah. So probably maybe about 8 weeks ago, we just said, look, we just got to get started on it.
Yeah.
And so the I guess the miracle in it was the getting started of it. But being self-employed, and sort of, you get a check and then pay everybody and then pay yourself, and at the end of it, and so
Big
take
juggle.
what's left. So it was a juggle. So to work out, sort of for us, worked out the end first. So like through the strategic spending, how much money did we need to go into these different areas? So. And we came up with the figures for the operations, for the cash, and then, okay, well then 10% of that needs to go into the wealth. So we ended up with a figure. So we started from there and then worked back, and the freedom's been extraordinary.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, and so I just did want to share that with everybody. So knowing that the rent's covered, or the mortgage is covered, halfway through the month, and then it's you're just forgetting about it. So the automatic side of it.
So just stay with us here and hear that feeling that he's talking about. The freedom is tremendous. Now, what did he say when he was walking on the plains of Galilee? He said, "The truth will set you. The truth will set you. The truth will set you." Now, for a small business owner, often they don't want to know the truth because it's too scary. And the very thing they want is freedom. They actually choose a misery over the miracle. The courageous part of you was to actually write it and do it and end this pain of the juggle. Now that's scary stuff because it's completely the reverse of what most people think. What we're going to learn here is it often is the case. And some of you are looking down the barrel of more cost than you got income. But what I know about the freedom of this is when you understand those numbers, you then know what your game's about and what you're looking for in income. And what your expectation is, and we co-create there. Now our company, like all companies, goes through different things, and when you've got lots of them, some are good and bad at different times, not that there's good, bad, but just different challenges. And our company changes from times of great profitability to times when it's not. Just because we lose the game or we lose the focus, we're no different from any other company. And so it's on the wave. We've got to be on the wave. So, and there's an arrogance about when you're on the wave, you think you're on the wave and you know all about it. And the universe is a way of just flicking you off that very quickly, dumping you or getting you off the back. So it's fabulous that you've done this and for you to have that feeling, and particularly when you're what sort of business you're involved in?
We run a carpentry company.
Carpentry, so you're building stuff and things, well done. And that is like all of them, has their own little, things of work coming and organising all that.
And when just week by week the automatic transfers come out, and in the first month it put massive pressure on my cash flow.
Yeah.
And the temptation was there to click the button and to stop the automatic transfer, and that, but we
managed.
We managed, yeah.
And later in the program, we're going to show you a thing called MIS, a Management Information System, how to run a bunch of companies. There's about 5 of our major companies I can look at with our systems we have. They give it to me daily. I get it weekly. I get it monthly. I get it quarterly. And it tells me 2 quick things. One is they give it to me, I know they're up to date. Very important. 2, it tells me where we are in cash. And the third thing is it gives me, I can get it done quickly. So I can get on with what I've got to do, and I'm not oblivious to what's going on. So wealth account is the beginning of this whole process of truly embracing money as flow, or money as energy. Good job. I'm glad you shared that. Give them a clap. Well done. Thank you. All right, now you had a question here. We just got a microphone down here, and we just want to do this. Then we want to just finish off as we're getting ready for our last part of this session. Go ahead. How are you?
Hi, I'm Chris.
That's good.
I just, with the wealth account, the banks pay you more interest if you have, well, my bank anyway, if I have one that's only got one account off it, like it's a special saving account.
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay to do that?
And which bank are you with?
With Bankwest.
Bankwest. Okay. And they pay you more interest. How much more interest?
It's probably about an extra 2%.
Extra 2%?
I know that we're going to be investing it, but yeah,
Can
while
you
it's
hear the
not
language
being
of this?
invested.
So we've got some money, and Chris has got some settlement money and sitting in an account, and he's going to get 2%. It's important to get 2% if you're there for a long term, it is. But for most of you, this wealth account will only be there parking station short term. So what I would do is I would have a interest account there off the side.
Yeah.
That was that one.
Okay, so keep it parked in the higher interest until...
Yeah. And then it comes back into this activity account, which can still have, can we have an account with $1 paying a fairly high interest rate, like 4.2, 4.5%, with an ING, a St. George Direct, you know, all those accounts. Every bank has one with a fairly high interest and no fees. Are we all clear about that? That's what the wealth account normally is. It's like the old cash management trust, but with $1. And it's the best account to have. And then anyone that you want to park it for a while, you're a very particular one because you've got some substantial sum sitting there, and because I suggested not investing it straight away, it's sitting there for some months, okay? But ultimately, you'll get it more in here and be much more active, and it will go off in this, 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 and this.
Right.
Okay?
Yep.
Make sense?
Yep, makes sense.
Give him a clap. Good job.